Hi there. Today we're going to play some Minecraft. I've been working on this idea for small tiny houses. This is my tiny house. As you can see, it has a crafting bench and a chest, a couple of furnaces. Down here we have a little area for mining. As you might know, the first day in a Minecraft world can be quite stressful. For me at least, I end up running around collecting wood and running back to the house and building the house and getting more wood so I can finish the house, that sort of thing. So I wanted to make a consistent design that could be made without any chance, anything left up to chance, regardless of whether you find coal or iron or anything like that. So I set myself some parameters. The parameters for the house design were that it had to use a small amount of logs and a consistent amount of logs. In the end I ended up with 15. Had to be buildable on the first day, which is 10 minutes long. Had to not rely on finding coal or iron. Had to be enclosed and lit. Had to contain a couple of things, including a crafting table, chest and furnace. And hopefully look nice-ish. The final criterion was that you had to be able to work through the first night in a mine without leaving the house. So this is the design that I ended up with. As you can see, the internal size is only 3x2, which isn't great, but you know, you've got the little mine downstairs. It does technically have space for a bed if you really want one, but it's not recommended. You can also put one downstairs. It uses a couple of trapdoors, which I like. And yeah, it's kind of it's sloped, which is very fashionable architecture style, I think. So I also wanted to have a couple of options if you found like multiple types of trees. So this is the birch for the sides, using oak for the top and for the doors and trapdoors / windows. Makes it kind of a two-tone building, which I think makes it a little bit more fashionable, if that's what matters. You can also do the inverse, and this is oak for the sides and birch for the roof. So just to walk you through kind of the design thought process, this is the original house that I had. I wanted to have a 2x2 inside. I was experimenting with the idea of building a house first and then having it able to be expanded with sloped roofs if you felt like it. I was experimenting with using slabs to make the windows so that things can't get in but you can still see out. As you can see, I also wanted to put the crafting table on the floor, which I think is a cool little thing. It sort of implies you're sitting down on the ground and crafting things. This didn't have the hole in the ground though. So I moved on to this design, which is just a little bit shorter really. I just thought maybe I could shift it down one, still have a 3 high space inside, but use a little bit less wood. Crafting table still on the floor, and I experimented with using stairs for the windows. Eventually I ended up with a design that was 2x2, but then with the extra space in the end, because I figured I should use the doors. I realised that it was a bit of a waste if you made 3 doors and only used one, so I put 2 doors on the back. And of course it's a lot less resource intensive if you make your roofs out of slabs as opposed to stairs, which looks kind of nice but uses up a lot of wood. Bollocks. So I've got a couple other prototypes over here. I thought maybe I'd try out making the thing only 2 long in the middle in total. I thought I wanted to try and get everything done in 10 logs rather than 15, and it just didn't end up working out. I ran out before I could make a trapdoor, so you end up walking through the door and falling down a hole, which finally brings us over to a somewhat final design over here. I found myself running out of sticks at the end with this design until I figured out that I already had 1 plank left over and I only needed 2 to make sticks. So I put the crafting table in the wall, which saves us 1 plank, and means that we can make sticks for the torches and the pickaxe. The stone one, that is. So now we will get to the building. So I've set aside this little area here. As you can see, I've also collected some wood. Let's build a set of oak. The first thing that you'll do is you'll make most of it, all but one of the logs, into planks. Be careful at the end not to turn the last one into a plank. And then you'll make 20 sticks and a crafting table, and that's all you can do with the small crafting area. You'll then need to expand to the crafting table. So next we'll put down the crafting table next to the front door, imagining that there's a front door here. Obviously you won't be able to plot this out, but you can imagine it in the final world. Now we'll switch over to our oak wood planks, put one in each corner, and the one opposite the crafting table will fill in, and then we do that again. And we'll cover up the crafting table. So we've got this little gap here of 2, we've got a gap here of 2, and we've got a gap here of 1 next to the crafting table. The next step, we're going to have to use the crafting table. What we'll make is 1 set of oak doors, 1 set of trapdoors, 2 sets of ladders, which is 6 ladders. Make 1 wooden pickaxe, 1 chest, and 2 sets of slabs. So you can see all that here. This chest goes here, then we come across to the trapdoors, place 1 there, and you have to crouch to place 1 on top of the chest. That's our window. And then we'll muck around with these slabs here. So this is our roof. We don't need to cover this one, this wall, but we do need to cover the rest of the roof. So there we go. Now we've got 3 doors. We'll place 1 on the front, 2 on the back, and now we've got another gap here. But we also have a trapdoor here, which we can use to dig down into the ground. Now while standing at the top, we can only dig down 4, so we will place ladders carefully on the way back up. You can just jump down, but this is a little bit safer. So now that I'm standing on the bottom, and I can crouch to lock my place in on the ladder, and dig another 2 down, for a total of 6. And you can tell that you've dug the right number down because you run out of ladders. So now we'll want to dig out a 3x3x3 space, at least. I mean, it's not really important how big the space is, as long as we have 19 cobblestone. And we only need 1 more stone. So now we've got 19 stone. We'll come back up to the top. So with 16 of our stone, we'll make 2 furnaces, mostly just 2 so that we can fill in the gap in the wall, and we'll make 1 stone pickaxe. Place the furnaces on the ground and against the wall, and you can use either of them, but we're going to use the wooden pickaxe as fuel to burn our last log and turn it into coal. And with that coal, we can now make a set of torches. And this set of torches I like to place here for the internal lighting, here for the front door, and here for the back door. Completely up to you though. And of course the last one has to go down here to light up your cave. And there we have it. That's the completed house. Of course, you know, it's still the daytime. A little bit of time left. We could go get some more wood, or we could get down to the mine and spend the night mining some more, trying to find some coal or some iron. As you can see, I've placed this house next to an entire birch house called Birch House, and an entire spruce house. So one thing to note is that spruce and birch don't have holes in their doors and windows, trapdoors, which means that you can't see out. So I do like oak as the door for the beginning house. So now we've created this in a controlled environment, let's try it on a fresh save. And we're ready to test this out with a new world. And of course we've spawned on an island with no trees, but luckily there appear to be trees over there. So let's go for a swim. And this one tree seems to have provided us with all the wood we need. But just so I'm not leaving a floating piece of wood up here, I'll get rid of that too. And of course always remember to replant the trees you cut. That way trees can remain a renewable resource. Let's build here. So to begin with, we will make most of the logs into planks, leaving 2 because I had an extra log. And we'll make 20 sticks. Of course I picked an extra one up there. And a crafting table. Put down the crafting table. Where do you want the front door to be? Let's look out this way. So we'll place it here, and put the 4 corners here. That means that this will be our wall. Alright, and now we want 1 set of doors, 1 set of trapdoors, 2 sets of ladders, 2 sets of slabs, a wooden pickaxe, and a chest. Chest goes here, trapdoor on the floor, and we can put our doors in. Oh, I haven't put the slabs on the top, but that's alright. We can do that now. Alright. And it's time to dig. And put some ladders in. Crouch to lock into the ladder. And dig 2 more down. Of course it's a little bit slower because I'm on the ladder. But that is preferable to falling down a hole into some lava. And of course this is andesite, so it's not useful for us right at this point. We may have to dig a bit more. And we're going now 20, excellent. We just needed 19. So now it's time to make our 2 furnaces. And to make our coal. And stone pickaxe. makes it time for torches. Alright. Oh, and of course downstairs. And it's still daytime. Time for us to have a nice little rest. Look out over the ocean and see what we could see tomorrow. Because tonight we're going to be mining. Hopefully find some coal and not the ocean. So we'll take note of the torches here. Usually I'll try and dig down, but only gradually. So as you can see, the further I get away from the torch, the darker it gets. That seems obvious, but that does mean that torches are going to be in high demand if I keep going that way. If I keep expanding the walls, that should make it a little bit less, that should be a little bit less pricey in terms of torches, but eventually we will run out of light. Luckily on this seed, we did get quite a nice little starting spot. That means that we probably won't get attacked very much, but you know, you can't rely on that. So we could theoretically mine out another tree, go inside, make some more coal, even if we don't find coal downstairs, and make a bunch of torches. So there you have it. That's the tiny house design. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope that's useful for you. Do let me know if it is, or if it isn't. Either way. All good. Thanks. See you later.